All right, folks, welcome back to the Upstate Music Channel Podcast. Here with episode 14 with
Eric from Widow Lake.
And you're not one of the founding members.
No, I'm not.
You've been with them for over at least 6 years because I seen you in 2020.
Like 7.
Okay.
7 years.
And Widow Lake just turned 10.
10, yeah.
So
well, they started with was it Matt and James, and then James left and Tyson came in, right? So it was Matt and Tyson, and then Matt left and Stevie came in. So it was Stevie and Tyson, but then Tyson's job kept getting in the way. So I was like, hey, can we use you when Tyson can't make it? I was like, sure. And then Tyson never could make it.
So you got a
and
job.
I just kind of ended up taking over. And then Stevie left, and we decided not to add anybody else. We were like, yeah, we're going to find the right person, somebody who plays keys and guitar, like Stevie did. And then we did a couple of shows with the four of us. We're like, well, we don't have to split the money as many ways. And
it's a little better.
So we're like, yeah, it's not too bad with 4 people. Let's keep it that way. And so I was doing a lot of the keyboard stuff on guitar. The Hack goes, shit, man, I'll learn how to play keys. Okay. So now he's flopping for bass and keys.
But when did you? How many instruments do you play?
Really, just guitar. I mean, I can play a little bit of bass, enough to fill in for like a couple of songs. I know 2 walking blues bass lines.
Well, I know you can sing because I heard you at an
not
open
very
mic
well.
one time. Yes, you can. I know. Now here's the thing. I know you can sing one. I don't even remember the song, but I was back in the booth at Wild Country, and literally went, "Who the heck is that?" And poked my head around, and there you are on a mic, and I'm like,
it was probably Roadhouse by the Doors.
It was.
Yeah.
Because I remember, yeah. Because I was like, man, I wish I would have brought my harmonica. And I heard you singing, and I'm like, who's that? They're pretty good. And I popped my head out, and it was you.
Yeah, I got a couple of songs I can do well enough to give a real singer a break without us getting kicked out of the club or shit thrown at us. Stuff. Am I supposed to cuss? Am I allowed to cuss? But stuff thrown at us.
It's fine for now. I mean, but try. I think I usually go over the rules of podcast with everybody, and I didn't with you.
You didn't tell me the rules.
Try not to cuss, and we're not going to talk about politics unless it's on a song you cover or you wrote one.
Okay.
And that's the rules of podcast. But when did you get into music?
I was like 8.
Was it just
9.
guitar? You picked up guitar?
Yeah, just guitar. It was kind of a dumb story, actually. So my parents, they sent me to a Catholic school 1st through 8th grade. And we used to have to go to Mass on Fridays. And we had this guy come in. He started playing guitar for the Mass. And he had this name was Charlie Woods. He taught like a lot of people around. Todd King took lessons from him for one. But he had this big old, hollow body jazz guitar, some fancy Fender guitars, number 27 to 37 made. Anyway, his hands were like super callous, this old guy, and you hear this little squeak when he changed chords, and I was just watching going, I want to do that. And so, I came home and said, Mom, Dad, I want an electric guitar. And they're like, well, that's expensive, so you got to take lessons if you want to do that. Okay, I'll take lessons. But like everything with my parents, they make me wait a little while to make sure I really want to do it. And eventually, Mom came in one day and said, guess who's taking guitar lessons? I don't know who. You! Oh! So yeah, I started taking lessons.
Now, how long did you take lessons?
Well, I took from Charlie until I left for college at 18. My last 2 years of high school, I did the Fine Arts Center under Steve Watson, who was originally one of Charlie's students, and later on went on to do all kinds of cool stuff. Like, you ever seen Quantum Leap?
Yeah.
That's him. He wrote that theme song and played. That's all MIDI and him playing. And Hill Street Blues, bunch of chorus commercials, Young Riders, stuff like that.
Is that guy from Greenville? Or?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's from Greenville.
Oh,
he moved to L.A. For a while and did. He played with Dolly Parton for a little bit, and there was somebody else that he played with. I know it. I can't think of it, but it was like he told this guy, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop doing this and try to go for the studio thing. I'm married, got a kid on the way. The band isn't working," and so he went off to do the studio work, and that guy took off. the life of me, I can't remember what. I'll think of it at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll text you. But yeah, then
I'll probably put a text over it.
Yeah. A couple of summers, I did a thing in Davis and Elkins College, like a blues class, like a week long thing on the blues. Then I went to Winthrop as jazz guitar major because it's either jazz or classical, and I didn't.
That's what I was about to ask. Did you do anything in college, like actually majoring in any type of music?
Yeah.
So you have a degree in, or
no? I didn't finish. Got a job teaching at Mars Music up there in Charlotte, and I was like, why am I paying money to learn how to do what I'm getting paid money to do? So I stopped. Just kind of wish I hadn't, but yeah, it is what it is.
So now in the band, are you the theory guy?
Well, most of the bands I've been in, I know more theory than most of the people. But
that usually comes with the education part of it. That's where that comes into play a lot of times.
Yeah, well, most of the music we play, though, you don't need a whole lot of theory for. The classic rock, the blues, the country,
Well, I got a request for y'all to do, and I was listening to it on the way over. It's an old Billy Joel song, but I want y'all to turn it into metal.
Okay.
You'll remember. How old are you? If you don't
51.
mind saying. Huh?
51.
Okay, you might remember. Remember Pressure, Billy Joel?
I keep hearing Queen's Under Pressure.
No, it's not. It was early '80s, but there's a key part in it that almost sounds like a Halloween riff. And if done with a guitar and done kind of a little metal, like a hard rock twist on it,
check that out.
But it's Pressure by Billy Joel.
Probably heard it, just not.
Oh, you've heard it. It was
Billy Joel. I was thinking like Uptown Girl. That's
yeah, but it's not one of those. It's a song about stress, but I loved it as a kid, and even now you hear it, it's a good tune. But Angela would do well at it, and I could just hear y'all. There's a couple of bands I hear songs when I listen to them, like I can hear these people doing this in a different way.
Yeah,
but it not the same way
that he did it. Yeah,
the keys would be replaced with I think it would transpose. But that's where the theory would come in. If you listen to it, you could tell, okay, yeah, that will transpose, that won't, or whatever. But you've got a little bit of an education, and you teach guitar for a living, right?
Yeah. I started teaching when I was 15, and that was just like kids at my church, younger kids at my church, or my scout troop or whatever. Or, somebody knew their younger brother. And then in college, I would teach some lessons in exchange for Mexican cigarettes.
What we used to call left-handed cigarettes.
Left-handed cigarettes. No, don't. Mom, Dad, if you're listening, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not. Sorry. But now you went to the Fine Arts Center. Are you originally from South Carolina, from Greenville?
No, I was born in Long Island, New York.
Okay, I was about to say the accent, but you said you were 8. When did you move here?
I was like 2, I think, when my folks moved down here.
That's why it's hard to pick your accent out a little bit. You got part of it from your parents and some of it from here.
Yeah, I got a weird background. My mom, her parents are from Italy, and she was born and raised in the Bronx. My dad was born in Hamburg, Germany, and he and his mom came here when he was like 9, and he from then on grew up in Manhattan. And after they had me, they decided they didn't want to have raise kids in New York. So my dad was working for MetLife, put in for a transfer, and this is where they stuck him. And so he came, and like most of the people in the neighborhood I grew up in were either from New York, New Jersey, or Pennsylvania. Sent me to a Catholic school, so again, mostly Yankees. My first real experience with Southerners wasn't until high school.
I was about to say, Catholic school around here, you wouldn't have a lot of organic Catholic.
No. The accent was really hard for me to get. I had an English teacher my freshman year. I couldn't understand half of what she said. I went for my driver's test, and the lady says, "Get in your car and turn on your headlights." I said, "Ma'am, I don't have lights. I shower every day." She's like, "No, your headlights on your car to drive at night." Drive at night? Do you mean night? Oh, my headlights. I know where those are. Hang on. She's looking at me like I'm the biggest idiot in the world. I'm looking at her like she's the biggest idiot in the world. I'm surprised I passed.
Oh, my Lord. Dude. The worst thing I ever did anything like that was we were doing a training. I think it was before Afghanistan because it's swanky. this guy hopped up on a Humvee and was on a Mark 19, was on a machine gun that I knew very well, and that a lot of people don't. And the guy jumps up and he's like, "Do you know how to use this weapon?" I looked at him. I said, "Yeah, you want a class?" That's the wrong thing to say. That's really the wrong thing to say. Sometimes you were nicer that one. I wouldn't have been nice. I would have been, that would have been bad. But
well, I was a kid and she was an adult, so there was that whole, a little bit of respect thing. At least back then, not so much.
But
now.
the Fine Arts Center, I just did a episode with Corey Stevenson. He went there, and I think his drummer, he said,
Lance.
I think he went.
Lance is a badass drummer.
How many other musicians in Greenville actually attended the Fine Arts Center for music that you know of?
I don't know.
Besides them two.
Yeah,
I know there's more, but there's a lot. I'm kind of curious because even your bandmates, I talked to Angela, she did something in high school with trumpet or something like that. And there's a lot of people that had just regular public school music lessons, got introduced that way. And then you've got more advanced people, like I guess you're advanced at something, besides age.
Oh, I think I'm younger than you. Watch the jokes.
But
well, I know there's a kid, Wade, somebody who went to the Fine Arts Center. He played with Anna Lee for a little bit. That's when I met him. Now he's playing with, some touring act. Marcus King did Fine Arts Center. And when I went, my class, my first year there was the second year of the guitar at Fine Arts Center. We had a really small class. We were in like basically a broom closet. I think they took the janitor's closet, emptied it out, and stuck us in there because it wasn't, maybe half the width of this porch.
Yeah.
And about this long, and just a blackboard stuck up on the wall. That's all we had. There was some kind of wire, on the metal things with the going down to the one outlet there on the cinder block wall, and there was some old Ampeg amps somebody donated. If you reverse the polarity, touch your strings and touch that wire and make your hands tingle, so we'd see who could hold on to it the longest. And if you held a guitar up to the fluorescent lights, we could pick up Canadian radio stations.
I can pick up a Latino radio station at my house, and I turn my bass on and turn everything up. And I'd done that one day. My wife went to work or something. I'm like, I'm gonna turn everything up. It was just a small 100-watt amp. And I just got everything on. Am I hearing voices? What is that? And I don't know how it does it, but the bass has to be hooked up. And if I put my hand over the pickup, it's something with the pickup. Somehow, I don't know what the electronics does with it. But back to Fine Arts Center, he said, there's you, and you're a freaking amazing guitarist. Corey Stevenson came out of that. So they got to be doing, that would be a couple of years apart, because I can't remember when he said he graduated high school, but
I graduated in 93.
So I think he's probably 15 years, 20 years behind you. So
I know the class after me was a lot bigger. Because I had a friend, Jason Looper. He was kind of active in the Greenville music scene for a while ago. He's not really anymore. But he's a bass player. But he went the year after me. And I remember he rode with me. And I walked into his class one time, and they had a portable for them, and there was like 20 kids or something. We were like 7.
Now, what do y'all do? I mean, how does that work? You're like, it's like a high school, right?
Well, back then you either went in the morning or the afternoon. Okay. And the guitar was only in the afternoon. You could only do the last 2 years. Now I think it's like a magnet school where you go all 4 years and you have your regular classes there.
That's what I was about to ask about regular classes. So where did you go to high school?
JL Man.
Okay. Man, we might know a couple of people.
Joe Jones was a year ahead of me. In fact, my senior year of high school, I did the Battle of the Bands, and he was one of the judges.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if he remembers that. Have you ever talked to him about it?
I did talk to him at Eric Weiler's birthday party we played. I mentioned, he was like, oh my God, I hated doing that. I was like, yeah, you wrote down that the vocals didn't really sound in key with the rest of the band. I was like, well, yeah, I was trying to sing and not doing a good job. He's like, I hated having to write, but I had to write something.
Oh, man.
I was like, you were totally right. Well, actually, I think he said the word was slightly out of tune from the rest of the band. I was like, well, yeah,
that's.
I wasn't a singer, not a singer.
Well, I mean, slightly is not a.
He was being generous.
Well, okay. Now, you're probably one of my favorite guitarists, and the reason why is
I'm sorry.
I'm
A
going to
lot better
hear
than me out there.
songs that I only know, Danny Elfman, and John Williams. Which do you know? You know who Danny Elfman?
Danny
is?
Elfman did the Batman, Tim Burton Batman, and
No, The Simpsons.
oh, The Simpsons.
You've
too?
done The Simpsons and the
Oh, yeah,
John
yeah,
Williams
yeah.
and the Star Wars.
Oh, I thought you were asking like if I knew who those people
yeah.
were.
Well, I was gonna
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, the Star Wars. Yeah.
because there was a solo, and I'm like, I hear the Simpsons theme, and then the Star Wars theme, and then something
Yeah.
else in the middle of a song. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah.
And you made it fit.
Yeah. When I did jazz stuff in like high school and college, they call that quoting. You're quoting another song in your solo.
Yeah, but it everywhere you did it, it fits. And another thing is the Spaceballs references. And if you ever go to a Little Lake show, you're going to see that if you ever seen Spaceballs, which there's Spaceballs 2 coming
Yes,
out.
there is.
I love
Spaceballs, the
Mel
sequel.
Brooks. Mel Brooks, my favorite combat engineer ever.
The
if you
Search
didn't
for
know
More
this.
Money.
He's,
I think it's They Found the Money or something like that, right?
oh yeah, the Search for More Money or something
Yeah.
maybe. But you do the merchandising thing.
Yeah.
Is give us a sample of the Little Lake version.
Oh yeah, Whittle Lake the hat, Whittle Lake the T-shirt, Whittle Lake the pen, Whittle Lake the shot glass, Whittle Lake the flask. I can't say some of the stuff I say.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
You
at a
told me not
live
to
show, you add so much.
And the ever popular Whittle Lake the flamethrower, which Hack's not allowed to have because he's been set on fire.
Y'all should
Susan,
do
too.
that when you and burst the flame pots. Well,
be a
like the
good idea.
flamethrower. You know,
That'd be a good idea.
that'd be a perfect for the cutaway. Now I can put the slow mo little flame up. I got it.
Yeah.
But y'all need to think about that. Talk to
Susan.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I always get her name mixed up with somebody else. I want to call her something else, but I end up calling her Susan.
Well, Susan would be right.
Yeah, well, I remember Dollar because Susan B. Anthony.
Oh,
Dollar.
okay, I got you.
I have to. Every time I try to remember her name, Dollar comes in, and then I have to remember why are you thinking Dollar? You know, and but that's how I associate
It's not
memories.
because she
and
used to be a
names.
stripper. Sorry, Susan. That was just a joke that we know of.
Hopefully, she didn't watch this. Maybe we should give her specific instructions. Do not watch episode 14.
Good thing my
You
parents
are-
aren't on social media too.
Now, you don't have any other side project bands or anything.
No, not currently.
You go around a few open mics.
Well, not as much anymore. Now that I have kids, going out for just me to have fun is a little bit tougher. When Wild Country had it, that's like 10 minutes from my house. White Horse Party Shop, again, it's like 15 minutes. I could do that, but some of the other places, like Three Friends,
Yeah.
do one. That's just too far. And we're usually practicing on Monday anyway. But even if we're not, that's like half an hour. It's an hour round trip.
Just go up
And
there
it's kind of
play
an expensive, place compared to Wild Country. Wild Country, I can get a burger and fries for like $10, less than $10.
Oh yeah,
Whereas Three Friends is like 20 something with a tip. So
and Wild Country's got good food. I mean, I
Yeah.
think I've ate just about everything on the menu. I mean, I never had anything bad, and I never had anything that like, what was it? The Powdersville Pub had the freaking. Oh Lord, I used to get them for my wife. It was funnel cake fries.
Oh, Los Angeles.
Oh my Lord. I think that's part of the well, I was already diabetic before then, but Keisha Moore made it worse. And they had remember the coffee beer, the Pabst Blue Ribbon like coffee beer, like it almost tasted like chocolate milk.
Oh, really?
It
I
was
didn't know
really
that.
good.
I would have had them. I like chocolate milk.
That's
That's why I drink Bailey's.
you ever had like the coffee ice cream kind of?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of flavor.
I'm not a coffee fan.
Well, it's a beer
but-
flavor kind of like that. It was really good, and it was like $4 or $5 for a bottle. So I usually went through my $10 tab real quick at Powdersville Pub a lot. But yeah, Wild Country they have some great food. What venue do y'all? This is a good question. What venue do you play at now that you just absolutely can't wait to get there because of something on the menu because of a food item?
Because of a food item.
I like the funnel cake fries.
Oh, that's tough.
That's a good question.
The black and blue burger at Three Friends is really good.
I
I like that one a lot. We're not playing there currently, but Eastside Bar and Grill, their hamburger steak was pretty banging. The gravy was really good.
the best.
Reuben's,
Yeah,
we play.
Reuben,
We do the acoustic thing at Reuben's, and they've got a couple. They got one of the best French dips around. Their hamburger steak is really good. Their chicken fingers. I don't usually eat chicken fingers out because a lot of places do that pink paste stuff, and I don't. But theirs are just hand breaded chicken, and they're really good. Yeah,
but
they got a couple things.
well, there was something else I was wanting to ask you specific. Oh,
That's the fat guy about food. That wasn't, that's the fat guy about food. Nobody saw that one coming.
well, I mean, y'all rehearse after dinner. Joe cooks all
right?
dinner, and thanks for the.
And whenever
dinner,
he
Joe.
does
It's awesome.
band photos, he does that too. Hey, let's eat dinner, then take the band photos. So everybody's like bloated. Why don't we take them before we eat? No, after we eat. Now stand sideways. Seriously?
I'd have to give y'all a Red Bull or something. Everybody, like after that, we had the tacos in there tonight. I'm over here like, I want to take a nap.
Yeah.
But and then you go
Keeps us
rehearse.
from arguing so much in the practice room.
Yeah.
Everybody's a little sleepy.
In a good mood. You're not hungry. That's a good idea.
Nobody's hangry.
Yeah, but he's Italian, and you were Italian.
Half
so
Italian,
you have to
half
cook.
half Italian, half German. So
yeah.
when you piss me off that bad, you're probably really in trouble.
So one half can cook, the other half is just really bland, but thinks you can cook.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
actually, surprisingly,
I'm joking.
I've never been a huge fan of German food. Like, because my dad's mom, she lived with us until she passed. So she cooked like once or twice a week. And I was never a huge fan of German food. But for my parents' 50th wedding anniversary, they wanted to have like a family vacation like when we were kids. So me, my mom, my dad, and my sister went to Disney World. And we went to some German restaurant there that had like this buffet. It was actually really good.
At Epcot.
Yeah. Not as good as that Italian place they had there. That was amazing. But yeah.
They need to.
And the Asian place was really
If
good.
anybody from Disney, you could do a music, like they have all those restaurants in all the countries at Epcot. I ain't been at Disney in years, but I used to scuba dive at the aquarium. You can pay a couple $100, you can dive at the aquarium.
We went year ago February.
But if you still got you're scuba certified, I think you should.
Yeah, I did that in college.
If you still got your certification, just you can book it, but you can dive the aquarium, and
that's cool.
I've dove Japan, the beach. I've dove all sorts of places. Out west, there's nothing like being in an aquarium because all the critters are there, big sharks, everything, except for dolphins because they're on the other side in a steel, because they could actually hurt you with the nose.
But don't they have stuff when you swim with the dolphins?
Yeah, but the ones they have there, the aquariums, like a lot of them are, I think Disney's little section, it was like a rehab center for dolphins. Like some of them when I'm missing a fin or something like that, or they're doing through, and a lot of like Florida, they have the aquariums down there. They do that. They're like rehab centers. They cycle them through till they release them back out to the wild. And some of them keep. Like they had a manatee down there that could never go back in the wild because something that got a fin was caught on his tail fin, like a boat prop.
I did swim with the manatees when we went scuba diving down in Florida.
Yeah, those are. I got to see some, but I've never dove with them. But I've never got to do a river in Florida where you could end up being with them. But
we were. I don't forget where we were, but we were out there splashing around, and all of a sudden one of the guys in my class starts rising up in the water. And the manatee just came up right underneath him. He was just sitting on it going, what do I do? What do I do? So just chill, just enjoy it. And he's like, okay, it's cool.
But it's like illegal to touch them. But
well, he didn't touch him on purpose.
Yeah,
it touched him.
But let's get back to music here. But they can do that at Epcot. Like you have all the different restaurants. They can do different music.
Yeah. They do some.
I know that I've heard music
because I've seen like the taiko drums in Japan area there before.
But
the German restaurant had the Oompa band, and they always did that ziggy 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 hoi hoi hoi.
But I've had a couple of drinks and ate at different ones, but I wasn't into music last time I went, so I never even paid attention.
Yeah.
But I might now, next if I ever go back. But
we stayed at the hotel we stayed at, the Disney resort. It was like the French Quarter.
yeah,
It was based off in like New Orleans. And there was, at night, they had like a little Dixieland jazz band thing playing in, I don't know, what you call it, the lobby? Outside where they had the little cafeteria thing where you could go for food. They had.
oh yeah, we stayed at the Shades of Green, the military hotel.
Okay.
Well, it's not it's veteran military. It's a civilian hotel, but it's all military. It's put on by the PX by AFES and everything. They handle all that, and it's one of the little travel destinations you can go to. But it's cheaper, but it's one of the nicer hotels, but it's not one of the nicer hotels there.
Gotcha.
But it's a very nice place. I mean, we ordered room service, and I was like, I'm gonna get a side of bacon. And I had a plate of bacon like that. Like, I mean, it was like like that's a side. It's a side of pork. I mean, it was the whole side.
Really, because when you go to that little little restaurant thing there in your hotel and ask for bacon, you get like 3 strips and the little wimpy strips.
Yeah.
You're like,
what is that?
What is that?
I want some bacon.
It doesn't do it.
But
here's your pancake. It's this big.
What's your favorite song to play live?
Whew. That is tough. That we're currently playing, or like ever.
Ever.
Chew. That's kind of, I guess that's kind of a toss up. I really, really love doing Whipping Post. And I also, when we were doing Layla for a while, the electric version. I like that one. Although we're working that back in as kind of like a part of a medley, a couple other songs. What's that Timo Walker song? Stormy Monday.
Okay.
That's one of my favorites to play. Surprisingly, Tom Petty. It's all right if you love me. Breakdown. Thank you. Yeah. I was going to have to sing the whole song until I got the chorus. Breakdown.
Don't you hate it when you got
right.
you can sing the whole song and then you get to, I can't remember the name. You get to the chorus and I still can't remember the name. You just said it.
Breakdown is one of my more favorite songs to play because it's just those 2 chords back and forth, the A minor and G, A minor and G, A minor and G. So it's kind of like taking me back to like high school doing that modal Miles Davis jazz kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I just get to do different than what I play different than I did the rest of the night with the band. But
you said Layla.
Yeah.
You're a huge Eric Clapton influence, and
yes.
Now I take it you're a big fan, because you can hear it with you, and you can also hear. There's a tone. Tim Lee does it, Jimmy Smith does it, and those two are somewhat connected, kind of from the same area. Bobby Massingale, and it sounds a little like Clapton. It's real clean.
Mm-hmm.
And you have it too, and I'm wondering if that's kind of an influence that kind of
Probably.
goes under that.
I mean, I use a lot more gain with Widow Lake than I ever have in any other band. I mean, all the other bands have been mostly classic rock, southern rock, country. One was even an Irish band.
But you have that, just like Clapton. There's that. It's clean. It's like there's no. It's not necessarily not any effects on it, but there's.
I don't. It's pretty much just reverb.
It's. I guess that's part of it too.
Yeah.
But what I found shocking was you're not like a big hard rock fan, like I think Joe was talking about it in his episodes.
Yeah, they're all metalheads, and then there's me.
You're over here, and then.
I mean, not saying that I didn't like. One of the first bands I got into was Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen. He's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I had I like Metallica, especially surprisingly kind of weird. The Black Album was one of my favorite Metallica albums. I thought it was a perfect combination of heavy and melodic, and then after that they kind of went to crap.
But the
Steve
Black
Vai,
Album,
Joe Satriani, I had a phase where I was into them. I don't know if you call that metal, but they're definitely the shredder guitarists.
What about Steve Vai?
Yeah, that's what you say. Steve Vai, Joe Satriani. I had a phase where I was really into them. My parents hated it. They said it sounded like Two Cats in Heat.
Y'all need to cover some David Lee Roth off the Eat 'em a Smile album, so Hack can actually be challenged.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Another one I'm a big fan influence of was Gary Moore. His two blues albums, Still Got the Blues and After Hours. He was like the first one I heard that kind of did like shredding in the blues and made it fit, you know, kind of like what Joe Bonamassa does now. But
oh yeah, he's got a really clean tone too.
Yeah.
That's what I said, that you hear anything from the 80s, you hear the dirty guitars and everything, you hear the solo, it's clean, but there's a little bit of like, not fuzz, but you know.
I don't know, like a lot of them in the 80s used a lot of compression.
Yeah.
And there was usually like some delay and stuff going on, which, I mean, I got nothing against it. I like it. I don't have it. You know, I only have so many little plugins on my pedal board. I can only plug in 4 things and they're all full.
Oh yeah. There's, let's say how many pedals do you have? An actual like digital pedal board, or do you actually have the regular physical pedals?
We've gone ampless, so we're not using an amp anymore. So I've got what's Two Notes is the company. Two Notes LeClean. It's a tube preamp based off the Fender Bassman.
Okay.
With it's got XLR out and a cabinet sim in it, so it simulates what it sounds like miking an actual guitar kit, supposedly, you know. And I've got running into that the Marshall JCM 800 pedal, supposed to, you know, so it would sound like a Marshall JCM 800, which is what all those guys in the 80s used pretty much to record their stuff. And a reverb pedal, a tuner. And because we have one song that calls for it, a Talkbox synth. I don't use the actual Talkbox anymore because I get really tired of that tube. Because if you got a kink in it too bad, it wouldn't work. If you dropped it on the floor in the nasty bar, then you'd have to like stick that in your mouth, and that's gross. And Joe, Joe also made sure he got a black one, so it looked like I had a.
Don't say it. Oh boy.
So yeah, I switched to that synth, which was a lot easier to use.
What's your favorite brand of guitar to play?
Oh, well, that's.
Because I was trying to remember what you play, and I've got up close.
The guitar that I play mostly with Widow Lake, that's a PRS, Paul Reed Smith. It's not the fancy one; it's the SE model.
Okay.
The Custom 24, which I really love the way that guitar feels. It's a little like high-endy for my taste. I prefer, you know, more mids and lows in my guitar, but playing in this kind of band, it helps cut through the mix a little bit.
Okay.
I've always liked Fender Strats, and of course Les Pauls, the 335s, like what BB King plays at Semi Hollow. I've got 2, not Gibson 335s; those are thousands of dollars. I got 2 copies. But unfortunately, neither of them are in working order right now. One needs new frets really bad. The other one needs a new bridge. But I really like those. But the Semi Hollow doesn't so much work for Widow Lake, so I had to go out and buy new stuff when I started playing with them.
And y'all do acoustic shows too.
Yeah.
What kind of acoustic is your favorite brand, I guess?
My favorite acoustic brand is Martin.
Okay.
Definitely. I also like Taylor. Taylor's, they play great. They tend to be a little too flowery looking, and they kind of look delicate, like I'm going to break them. And thank you. I want to say Marshall. I'm like, that's not right. Yeah, the Martin, it's a little more smoky, mid-rangey sound. I like them a lot. But the one that I play live is with us is a Godin or Godin, Godin, A6. When I worked at Mars Music, the luthier there, he told me, he met the guy, and he's French Canadian. He says, it's Godin. He got very offended when I said Godin. It's Godin. So, you know, he might have been screwing with me just to make me look stupid when people ask me what guitar I use. But Godin A6, old one from the 90s. Now, if you buy one, it's got a humbucker pickup in it, so it's like electric guitar or acoustic. But mine didn't have that. They had 2 versions back then. The one I got, the A6, and then the expensive, the Multi-Act, which had all the stuff for the MIDI on it, which I didn't need all that. It was like difference between $450 and $1,100. So yeah, I'm gonna go for the $450.
Oh, we got out of time here. We got to move on to the wonderful question.
Okay.
If you weren't doing music, if you didn't, when you said you were 8, I think you said you picked up
Yeah,
guitar.
yeah.
If you didn't, if your parents never took you for that lesson, you never had, this is the Marvel.
Yeah.
Me and you've had conversations about, I
The
think, more about
multiverse,
Star Wars and
Sliders. I've been watching Sliders.
yeah,
on TV,
we've had more sci-fi. You
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you went back and something happened where whatever incident happened, you didn't get into music, what do you think you would be doing?
Well, my first dream was to go to the Air Force, be a jet pilot, and then go to NASA and be an astronaut. But then I found out I couldn't see. So that kind of blew that one out of the water real quick. I wanted to be a doctor for a while, but that was mainly because it cost a lot of money, and my parents were like, oh my God, I have to pay for that at college. Race car driving always appealed to me. I did some of that, the soapbox racing when I was a kid. They shoot you down the ramp, down the hill.
Oh, yeah.
And for a couple of years, I went undefeated. That was a lot of fun. I got to do the Richard Petty driving experience. That was awesome. That could have been something I seen myself doing. But in reality, I probably would have had some office job somewhere, maybe middle upper management, just going through the motions till the weekend.
Day to day, 9 to 5.
Yeah, that probably would have been what happened.
The 2.5 kids.
Yeah.
I've never understood the 0.5 kids like that.
It's an average, I guess. Somewhere along, well, there was that morning sickness drug they gave to women that made kids come out with missing limbs. I shouldn't have said that.
My dark sense of humor is going to come out. My sense of humor is so dark when I get out of my truck, the oil change light comes on. Or when I get in it, the oil change light comes on. But
I might be going to hell for that joke.
But I don't forget what the next question is. I seriously did.
Do the equipment failure?
Yeah, the equipment failures. Yeah, you guys reminded me.
Well, I have a few of those, and if I count as equipment, I have a few more.
But what equipment failures have you seen or had, and how did you recover?
Well, as a guitar player, I'm not going to count broken strings because that happens like all the time. I had one. I have a '68 Fender Princeton Reverb, and the transformer died. One show, Friday night worked great. Saturday, nothing. I just had to plug straight into the board, and this was before all the preamp stuff, so it kind of sounded crappy. Once with us, we were still using amps. I had a preamp tube go out. I had to run into the back, into the effects return, and just bypass the preamp, just use the power amp. And it worked okay. Anything else? Yeah, there was something else. A big one, too. Thought about the other day, and I can't remember. Saw a guy drop a guitar and break the neck of his guitar off right before a show.
Oh.
Somebody had to run home and get another one.
I'm about to say, do you have another?
No, but Ronnie Ellis, he was in that band too, and we were playing that downtown Greer Mason Jar, and he lived right around the corner back then. He just ran home, grabbed a guitar, and came back.
When one of his open mics, and it was, I think it's Terry Rochester, the drummer.
Yeah.
Either whoever's kit, it was his. I don't know whose kit it was. They didn't have the snare stand.
Ooh.
So I sat up there and balanced it on an ashtray in my hand, because you got to have it off the ground a little bit. Balance it off an ashtray in my hand, and he's up there playing. Just for like one song during open mic, I'm back there just kind of like, sitting down Indian style, just kind of holding it. And he's like, man, I was like, dude, it is what it is, I'm not doing anything. I'm here. Y'all are playing, and he's going to get another. But there's some funny stories with around Ronnie, and it wasn't anything he did. It's just that he made them funnier. I miss him.
If I count as equipment, I've had a couple of. One time I got food poisoning at a gig, and went to climb up on stage for sound check, and I went in a fart. So I was 45 minutes from home. I'm like, there's no way I can get there and back. So I go into the bathroom, try to clean up. Well, this place was kind of fancy. They had a bathroom attendant. So I'm not going to go to the sink with this bathroom attendant standing there. So I go into one of the stalls, and I take the back of the tank off the toilet seat. Like, yeah, you know what? These are just going in the garbage. And another time we were playing, probably not to say the name, but everything was, the stage wasn't super level where I was standing. Like, my left leg was higher than my right leg, and there was a couple of soft spots. So it was kind of, and like halfway through the set, the the bartender goes, "Oh, we've got to turn the lights on." She flips on these lights that are flashing and spinning. And between that and the uneven stage, I felt like I was falling, like all the time. And I was like all off balance, and put on a pair of sunglasses. So maybe that'll help. No, it didn't help. Ended up just grabbing a chair and sitting down and finishing out the show sitting down. Like either this or I'm going to tumble off the stage. We're a couple feet in the air. I'd probably land face first and break my nose.
With sunglasses on, sitting down playing a guitar. You could have played that off, like it's just.
I'm Jeff. I put it on my lap. I'm Jeff Healy, man.
This is going to get demonetized. I don't make that much off of them anyway, so it's not that big a deal. But let's get to the fantasy band question.
Yeah, that one I've kind of been agonizing over. That was tough. Okay, not anyone I'm currently playing with, right? Can it be somebody I played with in the past?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just nobody you're currently playing with, and nobody famous from the Upstate, but everybody in the Upstate. And I've had this come up.
And am I playing in this band too, or am I just going to watch?
Either or.
Either or.
So if you want to be
not really that, it narrows it down too much. I guess I'll do it. I'm playing in the band too, because it's easier to do. Like so the groups and people that I played with that were the most fun. I think the singer and / rhythm guitar player, I'd pick Paul Walter. I don't know if you know him. I actually played with Joe too. That was barbed wire a long time ago. He's also from New York. He's got a bit like funkiness to him, when
that's guitar.
Guitar and vocals.
Okay.
Like rhythm guitar vocalist. Far as bass, if it's a fantasy, so I would go reach up into heaven and pull down Eddie Hips. He played with High Tide around here. I played with him in a couple of different bands, the Irish band, country band. He and I started a couple bands together, Papa Nut, and then later Cialis, which was the same band. We just got a little older and needed some help.
We're not going to talk about the name, but I'm going to laugh. Okay, we got guitar, vocals, and bass.
All right, so drums. I would probably pick Lance Sweat.
There you go.
I think Eddie. I think Eddie and Lance playing together would be one hell of a rhythm section. Heck of a rhythm section. Sorry, one heck of a rhythm section.
Lance is an awesome drummer. Anybody else? Keys, trumpet, kazoo. There is. I shouldn't say kazoo as a joke because
that automatically leads to randomonium.
Yeah, because somebody might say, I love them. I haven't seen them live. They're great.
Somebody might think you're making fun of them and get offended.
Yeah, that's what. Please no. If you're offended by anything I say, you will 100% know it, because I will tell you I'm offending you.
Well,
I'm insulting you.
I guess we're making a fantasy band, so let's throw Ned Lucas in there on the Hammond. We just won't ever talk any kind of politics ever.
But he's awesome on Hammond. Yeah. I'm about to say Hammond guitar.
Hammond guitar.
But on that, he's a freaking beast. He's good. Have you heard him play guitar?
Have I? No, I think all the clips I've watched, he was on the Hammond.
He's just, I don't know if I'd say just as good, but he's good on guitar too. He like throws up behind his head.
Yeah, I used to do that, and then I messed up my shoulder.
Yeah, because he's elderly.
Yeah,
please don't hurt me. But he's up there. I'm 54, and he's at least 20 years older than me. Maybe, I don't know. He might be 5 years older than me. But he's awesome. But anybody else?
I can think of tons of people. Like drummers. There's this guy. I can't know his last name. I don't remember his last name. We called him Rook. He was kind of a jazz drummer. I played with him with that Irish band I was in. And the Irish band, we played electric when we performed, but we would practice on acoustic, so that when we would go out and play, it was kind of like fresh.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a Grateful Dead type of band, but we used traditional Irish music. Sometimes we would turn like 300-year-old Irish folk songs into like 80s hair metal songs.
Like Whiskey in a Jar.
Yeah, stuff like that. But so we would practice acoustic, and this kid would bring over his full drum kit and play so quiet that we could play acoustic guitars not plugged in, no microphone, everybody could hear everything. He just had like this, just such
No brushes, just play.
no, just he had such control.
It was a light of touch.
Yeah, then we go out live, and he was, just as loud as he needed to be. He was.
That's a gift. A quiet drummer. That's rare. I mean,
I've always been a big fan of playing with drummers who had a jazz background, because they usually do have that touch. They can get loud when they need to, get quiet when they need to. They can.
It's not all about fills. It's all about. I guess it would be pressure, because drums.
The groove, keeping that groove going.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can bring it when they need to.
Drummers are different. Like I said, they're the timekeeper. They're everything. They're the base of the band, and then sometimes you don't even know they're there. You just hear the kick drum, and you're not paying. You don't even realize all.
Actually, don't know they're there. That's usually the bass player. You don't realize they're there until they're gone.
Well, think about
you're cruising along, and like you don't even notice it, and then it drops out. Like, what is missing? What is that?
But say you hear bass, but you
then
won't notice
it more than you
won't
hear it.
notice it until it's not there.
Yeah.
And if it's a song you'll definitely notice. But we gotta try and get off here. If you could,
yes,
just look into the camera and say who you are. All of Widow Lake social media, just basically like a little promo intro type thing.
All right, I'm Eric with Widow Lake. Catch us on Facebook or at widowlake.com. I'm not singing it like Angela because I can't. .com.
Yeah, y'all. Another thing they do, if you see these guys live, they'll like during the break, y'all
After
harmonize.
These messages, yeah.
After these messages, we'll be right back, and y'all harmonize it, and it's freaking awesome. And y'all got the little, when she says something about merchandise, she almost sounds like a circus barker or like a sideshow barker.
Merchandising.
You know what I'm talking about? The people that used to stand out and get people to come in. She almost check out the way she does it, and then you've got you on doing the Spaceballs thing on the side.
Yeah, we're stupid.
If you got to pay a cover to go see y'all, it's worth it just to see those little elements y'all show. And then you've got the.
They suck when they play music, but that stuff is funny.
But the set list is awesome. You are awesome musicians.
I try.
You have awesome production, and then you have. It's not like a whole complete comedy show, but it's funny. You're gonna laugh at least 2 or 3 times.
That's one of the things where I miss Stevie, because he was really easy to make fun of. He would just like lob these over the net and spike it. And you get, how dare you? He was so easy to make fun of that it was great on stage for that kind of banter. But
you need somebody you can pick. You need to pick a hack.
He's taller than me. He's bigger than me.
I think he could take it. Just don't pick on his wife.
I pick on Joe, but he can't hear it, so it's not as much fun.
We got to get off of here. I'm just going to name this episode Demonetized. just a second.
I'm sorry, I screwed up your channel, Matt.
Oh, you're fine. Like I said, I don't make that much off of them, but just a couple of things we said. I was sitting there thinking, yeah, if the little AI thing catches it, it's gonna catch.
Feel free to edit anything you need.
Oh no! Once we start, it's a.
Oh.
Now, I mean, once I do the little wave thing episode, whatever. Besides, with Angela made her little mistake, and we got it. Check out Whitty Lake, or Whitty Creek, or
Whitty Lake. And sometimes clubs do that. When I played with Barbed Wire, we went all the way to North Carolina to play at a place, and on the marquee was Bob Wire. B-O-B. We're Bob Wire! We're Bob Wire!
There's a couple of bands in the upstate. Yeah,
we get Willow Lake a lot. People think we're Willow Lake instead of Widow.
There's people, I'm trying to remember one of them. I've heard it screwed up so many times. I think Exempt was one of them, because
it's spelled funny. X.
Yeah, with the X, they look at it. And
Exempt. Yeah. Like xylophone. Exempt.
But thank you for watching the Upstate Music Channel. It's been episode 14 with Eric, and go check out Widow Lake live somewhere. And this actually makes, without your sound, you're the last person from Widow Lake. I got all performing musicians up now. So
you can take a break.
Huh?
You can take a break.
Well, no, actually, I just did a break, so I'm about to start. I've got like 7 more episodes of doing this, or 6 more episodes of doing this guest group. But thank you for watching the Upstate Music Channel. We'll see you out there on stage somewhere. Thanks for watching. That was funny.
Bye-bye. Have a nice time.
South Carolina and Greenville, we had the top-notch musicians, man. It's awesome to see the variety that we have around here and the way things kick.
Last night, I'm tired.
But keep it rocking, Greenville. We'll see you.